So this is one of the new outfits. It's the leggings, the skirt, and this tank. You've seen the sweater. I feel like I have a big butt, but if I don't hold in my stomach, it's like, whoa, whoa. Anyways, if I get closer, you'll see the leggings are super comfortable, and then the skirt is very stretchy bandage skirt. The top is a tank that can be, like, it's really long. Look. Almost like a dress. But to color block, I just lift it up to there and roosh, 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 roosh. I have lipstick all over my teeth. This video is going to be about my first time. It's the first time tag. Now, I've heard several versions. This is the one with the questions that I got from Lisa D1. And I'm just going to get started. Okay, and I tag everybody who wants to do it. I'm not going to tag anybody below. Do you still talk to your first love? No. But I know where he is. I have stalked him on Facebook, and I've sent a friend request, but he has not responded, and he's not very active on Facebook. He is actually the love of my life, or at least I thought so. I met him when I was a senior in college, and he was a junior, and his name is Dennis Murphy, nice Irish Catholic boy from a big family, and we went out for like 2 or 3 years, and I talked about marriage and stuff like that, and then he went off to a different college and told me that he wanted to see other people, and he started dating this girl, and he ended up marrying her. So, kind of still kills me, but whatever. Okay, I just want to have a light on me here. There we go. It's light shining. Ooh. All right. What was your first alcoholic drink? When I was, I think, 8th grade going into my first year of high school, I was at camp. I was a counselor in training, a CIT, and me and my friend Linda decided we were going to get drunk for the first time. And so my father was a businessman, and he traveled a lot, and back in that day they had free little nips that they used to give you on the airplane, and so he just collected them because he wasn't a big drinker, and they had drawers full. My parents had drawers full, like just so many of them, and they were things like whiskey sours and daiquiris, and they were just awful. And me and my girlfriend, we went into the woods and snuck away from our group or whatever, and we were drinking these, and all of a sudden I heard someone laughing, and I realized it was me. And we ended up stumbling out of the woods, and the counselor found us and tried to like get us all straightened out. And my friend, who also was drinking, was playing with, and I didn't know this, and she didn't either, poison ivy leaf in her hand, like rolling it around, and then she decided to put makeup on me. And I woke up the next day, and my eyes were like swollen shut. And I almost needed a cortisone shot. It was a mess. But that was my first alcohol drink. Okay, my first job was in 7th grade. The librarians told us that they were looking for a page, which was a person to put away the books after school, 1 hour every day after school. And I wanted that job so bad, and I interviewed for it, and I got it out of all the people that had applied. I got paid $2 an hour. I had to get my Social Security card or number at the time. Now you get it when you're born, but then, it wasn't like that. And yeah, so I got it. So I made $10 a week, and I put that money away. My mother made me. I put that money away and used it, like, over the years. I contributed to that money by getting little jobs. And when I went to college, I was able to use that money as spending money every month. The first person you thought of this morning. Well, I got a knock on my door this morning at 7:30 a.m. and it was my downstairs neighbor. So I guess that would be the first person that I thought of. First ride on a plane. That was when I was 6 years old. I lived in New York, Long Island, and my parents had to fly to Boston to sign the purchase and sale agreement for the house that we were going to buy. So they took me on a plane, and that was my first time. Who was your first best friend? That was Amy Linenthal. Everyone knew us as Amy and Lori, Amy and Lori, Amy and Lori. We were best friends until in 6th grade she went to, no, 7th grade she went to private school, and then we lost touch. And I've since found her, but she doesn't want to keep in contact or anything. Okay. First person you talked to today was, well, literally talked. My mother. Whose wedding were you in the first time? I think that's it. My mother's cousin Beverly, I rolled out the cake with one of my cousins, but a wedding that I was in the first time would be like really like a bridesmaid was my friend Marjorie. First thing you did this morning was answer the door because my downstairs neighbor was knocking on my door. First concert you went to. I was supposed to go to Cheap Trick when I was in high school, and I didn't for some reason. And so the first concert I went to was the Cars, and I really didn't know many of their songs, just like one of them. So I went and got their album, like the old-fashioned album, you know. And I memorized like every song. So when I was at their concert, I was singing and dancing, and they just stood there like this. And everyone had said that, like they put on a really bad concert, but I was like, I didn't understand that people did stuff like on stage to make it interesting. First broken bone. I have never broken a bone. Nope, I've sprained ankles, but never broken a bone. First piercing were, I have so many piercings, so many holes in my ears, but these right here, not what I'm showing you here, not that, that's new, but right underneath, and not next to it, but right underneath are two little holes that are practically at the bottom of my ear. I got them done by my doctor when I was 9 years old with a special kind of gun, and he pierced them totally crooked, but my mother wanted me to go to a doctor, you know. First foreign country. In 3rd grade, my parents took me to, oh, well, actually, when I was 5, I went on my first cruise, and so we went to, like, the Caribbean and a bunch of different places there, but as far as Europe, my parents took me to England, Holland, and France when I was in 3rd grade. First movie. I have no idea what my first movie was. Maybe I remember seeing this movie called Hotel, and my parents had to carry me out of the movie theater screaming and crying because at one point this guy was in an elevator, and the elevator dropped like 20 feet, 20 floors, and he was lying there dead at the bottom. First detention. I had a very, very strict principal growing up. His name was Dr. Newberry, and I went to public school, but he was like really, really strict, and girls could not wear pants. And we had like an up staircase and a down staircase. And if he ever caught you going up the down one or down the up one, he'd make you turn around and redo it. He also, in the cafeteria, he had these things called chimes. And if he wanted to make an announcement, he would chime, go doom, 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 doom. And no matter where you were, you had to just, like, you could be holding your lunch tray, about to, like, throw things away, and you had to freeze and listen to the announcement. So he had this big wooden bench. It was actually a beautiful bench. It had like a back to it and wooden bench right outside of his office, which now has cushions on it. But if you were bad, he would just look at you and go, "You, up, 2 o'clock." And I was once talking during an assembly in the auditorium, and he looked at me and he went. So I got benched. That's what we called it, benched. First roommate. My first roommate, I don't even remember her name. I went to Lesley College in Cambridge to be a teacher for 1 year. And I had this roommate, and we hated each other. And so then I got this other roommate who I really liked. She became a very good friend of mine, but we have since lost touch. And her name was Lori, also Lori. And the funniest thing, we decided to decorate our room. And this was back in the 80s, the early 80s. So we were going to decorate our room and have it all matching. We decided to go with the rainbow theme. And I went to an all-girls school, and this was before Gay Pride. So, you know, the rainbow was not taken by you know, the gay community. But if anybody now would walk into our dorm room, it would be like, oh, they're lesbians, because 2 girls with rainbows all over the place. So, so funny. One wish, if you had one wish. I always wish for health. Health for my son, health for me, health for everyone I know, my family. Honestly, without your health, you have nothing. You can have all the money in the world, no problems, a job, not a job, you know, just be the happiest person. And if you don't have your health, you have nothing. So health. Something you would learn if you had the chance. There's so many things. I'm going to name a few. I would love to learn to sew. Like, I know I could learn. I just wish I knew how to sew and wanted to sew. So I'd love to sew and be able to make clothes. I'd also love to learn French, which I have taken courses, but have never really pursued it 100%. I'd love to learn to skateboard, because Bert's into skateboarding, and I just am such a klutz when it comes to that and so afraid. And is there anything else that I'd love to learn? I think something that's very attainable that I'd love to learn is how to solder and make jewelry. So I might take a course in that. What were your first lessons? I don't know if that means like worldly lessons. I'm just going to say like ballet. I took ballet starting at 3 years old till I was 18. First person beauty related on YouTube. That would be Beautiful Freak, Maxine. She has a lot of body modifications. I don't know how I found her, but I subscribed to her, and I wasn't really sure how I subscribed and all that. But yeah, she was the first beauty person that I got interested in on YouTube, and I'm still always adding people to my subscription and taking them off, just because if I don't watch that often. But sometimes I'll watch, like I'm not subscribed to some people, but I watch them regularly also. But yeah, so Beautiful Freak. And that's about it. Let's see, we're at 14:53, 14:55, 56, 57. I'll say goodbye now. Hope you all have a great day. Bye.